Hey friends, I'm so glad you found me. I'm Stephanie Carter-Kelley, a physical therapist with nearly 30 years of experience, and now I integrate yoga into everything that I do. And part of yoga is self-study. It's trying to look at how we think about things, how we move in certain ways, and accept that there's good habits and bad habits. So I believe that education is powerful. You can take education and then translate it and then feel it in your own body. Make some changes about how you move, how you think. So today we're going to talk about aging and how aging is a normal process. It does change our body, and the spine is no different. So in all the research that I look at, I'm sorry to tell you that it's about between 40 and 45 that we start to age. And many of you may have noticed this in your own body. You start to notice your eyes change. Now you need glasses to be able to read. The literature in bone density, we start losing some of the density in our bones at about age 40. Muscle mass, we start losing lean muscle mass and strength about a half a pound a year after the age of 40 to 45. But we can overcome all these things. So knowledge is power in order to try to overcome this slow process of aging. We need to change what we do. We can't continue with what we did in our 20s and 30s and think that that's going to carry us through into healthy older age. So our spines are no different. They also start to age. And I have some visual cues to help you understand what that looks like. So this is a delicious Oreo cookie. And this Oreo cookie actually is a mega stuff. It's not even a double stuff, it's a mega stuff. I wanted to make sure you could really see the difference. And so to think about this Oreo, I'm going to put it inside of the vertebra. This Oreo is actually a lot like the disc of the spine. And so if you're familiar with the anatomy at all, this is the vertebral body, the front part of the spine. This is the back part of the spine. This bump you can kind of feel along the back side of your body. These two prominences stick out either side. And so right in the center, between two vertebrae, is your intervertebral disc. We hear a lot about the discs. And so the cookie part, the chocolate or the black part, represents the end of the vertebra on the top and the end of the vertebra on the bottom. And the white part then is the disc. Our disc is filled in the very center with this gelatinous material that creates shock absorption, but it has to absorb a lot of water in order to do that. The rest of the disc is a lot like normal ligaments that you might see. And so what I want you to notice is when you have the double stuff or the youthful disc full of water, this space right here is where the nerves come out. That hole is where nerves come out. These two parts right here are the joint. And so you can see there's some space between the joints and there's space where that hole comes out. So, okay. So that's your normal, youthful 20-year-old disc. This is the regular Oreo, the aging disc. So as we age, we lose some of the filling. Really, it's just water content. We lose the ability to really absorb water, and so the disc gets thinner. We lose a little height in our disc, and it's normal. It's the normal aging process. But if you think about the rest of this being covered in that ligament, you may think that those ligaments, when they don't have the normal height, they're going to bulge a little bit. And so let's put it inside the vertebra, just like we did before. So now you can see, let me get it situated here correctly, that the hole has less space. There's less space for the nerves to come out. And if this disc actually has those coverings of the ligaments, it may bulge into that space. The joints don't have as much space between them either. So just by the process of aging, our spines shorten a little bit, and we have less joint space, we have less intervertebral foramen. That's what this area is called. The foramen is a hole where the nerves come out. So all of that is normal as we age. We lose height in the spine as we age because we're not able to absorb the water and keep those nice thick discs. So what does that mean? What that means is degenerative disc disease, degenerative joint disease, spinal stenosis. All of those are not diseases. They are actually normal aging processes. So there's not really degeneration, it's just aging. It's the natural aging process. So what does that mean for your spine? You lose a little bit of mobility in your spine as you age. I've lost some of the fluidity. I feel like I can't move nearly as well between flexion and extension as I used to. But if you think about fluidity, is a process of having all that good moisture and that water content in the discs. So I lose fluidity, you lose a little mobility, but you don't have to give in to it. There are ways to support your spine. Now that you don't have great discs anymore, you can still stay really strong. You can still stay mobile and make sure that mobility is coming from the upper part of the spine, the lower part of the spine, and the hips. Our hips tend to really get tight and stiff as we age. So you can fight it. You can fight that aging process, or you can work within the aging process to still feel good. So I believe that knowledge is power. And so when you get the imaging results from a physician that says, oh, you have disc bulges, well, that's normal. Everybody past the age of 45 practically has disc bulges. They're not diseases, it's normal aging. And many people with this normal aging process, they don't have any pain. So just because we have some of the normal aging processes does not mean that that's the cause of your pain. The structural changes as we age do not have to cause pain. And there's actually good research to show that as we age, we get these processes, normal aging processes, the changes in our spine that do not cause pain. So if you've learned something from this video today, or now you're hungry for Oreos, go ahead and like this video, share it with a friend, educate more people within your circle so you can understand how to support each other in caring and healing for your spine. I'm Stephanie Carter Kelley, yoga physical therapist. Namaste.